So it turns out Nintendo lied to us, and after 4 long years, we are finally getting a new update to Animal Crossing New Horizons. And the best part is, the trailer is only the start of what to expect from this Animal Crossing update, which we're also going to get into. And now we've had enough time to truly process what just happened. I'm going to go through everything you need to do to prepare for not only Animal Crossing 3.0, but also the Nintendo Switch 2 update. So let's get straight into it. And my first tip is to make sure that you have a 3-star island. Now, I know a lot of people are currently debating whether or not they should restart their islands, and this is something to very much bear in mind. If you want to get the most out of the update and be 100% sure that you're going to be able to unlock absolutely everything, at a bare minimum, you're going to want to make sure that you have resident services upgraded and a proper plaza, but the chances are you're going to want to have a 3-star island. And if you're not sure whether you've reached this point yet or how to get there, all you need to do is run up to Isabel, ask for your island rating, and she'll tell you how many stars you have and how to make it better. And if you're someone who's currently debating if you want to restart your island or not, make sure you watch this entire video through to figure out why you might actually not want to do that. My next tip is to save up as many Nook Miles and Bells as humanly possible. And this is because Nintendo typically don't tell us everything that's coming to the update with their update trailers. Take the 2.0 update, for example. They told us we were getting new items, but they never once told us just how many new items we were getting. And it turned out it was a lot. Now, one update we do know about is the ability to increase your storage up to 9,000 items. Now, the last upgrade that you could obtain gave you 5,000 items, and this cost 1.2 million bells. And in the trailer, they said that it will take you 2 upgrades to reach the 9,000 storage limit, meaning that this is going to be incredibly expensive, costing in the millions of bells to get. And the thing is, you are really going to want this storage upgrade, because not only is it useful in general, they did also say that you can now store trees, shrubs, and flowers in your storage as well. So that's even more items that you can add to it. We've also seen things like the Lego items, which again will cost bells. And they also mentioned on the website that you're going to be able to craft using items from your storage. And there is a chance that both of these features could be locked behind Nook Miles. We don't know this 100%, but it's worth preparing for. My next top tip is to stock up on resources, but also DIYs. So one of the biggest things we got in this update is a brand new facility, which is the hotel. And this is run by the entire of Cap'n's family. And this adds a few new things to add in to your daily routine on the island, as you'll end up helping out with the hotel rooms where you get to decorate them to the villagers' tastes. And also this thing which Tom Nook calls crafted island DIY goods, which are essentially just villager requests. Now, requests seem to be one of the most important features in the 3.0 update, as this is just one of 2 ways that you can obtain hotel tickets. And hotel tickets are your way of unlocking most of the new items that are coming to the game, so they are very important. And it is worth mentioning that even though we saw a few new items in the trailer, you can already see in the list behind each of these new items that there are a bunch more that Nintendo haven't shown us, so you're going to want to try and get as many tickets as possible. Now, the way requests seem to work from the trailer is that there's a box on the pier that has a bunch of items in it that you need to craft. And some of these requests will just be a singular item, whereas others are going to be multiple. So you're going to want to start stocking up on literally all of the common resources. So we're talking all of the different types of wood, clay, and iron to try and make sure that you can craft as many of the items as possible and get all of the tickets. This also means that you need to make sure you have as many DIYs as possible. And if you're someone who's thinking about restarting, this is one of the things that's going to take you a while, so definitely worth considering. Because right now we really don't know how the request system will work. There's a chance that there will only be items that you already have DIYs for, but on the off chance they're not, it's worth making sure you have as many as possible. And if you're someone trying to get DIYs as fast as humanly possible, here are some tips. First of all, you can find a DIY in a bottle on both your island, but also Nook Mile ticket islands. So each day, make sure to try and find them. You can also get DIYs from villagers who are in their houses crafting, so make sure you drop in often. Balloons will also often hold DIYs as well. Some DIYs are also held by certain NPCs. Celeste has some of my favorite DIYs, and you can find her on clear nights and when there's meteor showers going on. Pascal also has DIYs as well, and you can find him whenever you're out diving and you come across a scallop. Some DIYs you can only obtain by living your best island life, like for example pulling trash out of the ocean will give you a DIY. And of course you can also unlock some of the DIYs with Nook Miles at the terminal. Another reason why you might not want to reset your island, and my next tip, is that you're going to want to try and catalog as many items and food as possible. So this is all to do with yet another brand new feature called Dream Islands. As we got told that you can effectively have up to 3 brand new islands that you can decorate as you please. Now this is a little bit different from your own island in a couple of ways. First of all, this island is one where you can invite friends to come and decorate with you together, as everyone can both place items and terraform at the same time. But the biggest way this differs from your own island is actually the decorating, as this allows you to decorate as much as you want without having to craft anything or buy anything. The only catch is you can only use items which you have already previously obtained in the game. So this means that the more items you've gotten through your playthrough, the more items you can use to decorate. And this won't only help you with your dream islands, but it will also help you in the hotel as well, as you'll be tasked with decorating hotel rooms for different villagers with different themes. And this will mean that you'll be spending not only a lot of money trying to get all of the DIYs and items as possible, but also a lot of Nook Miles, which again will take time to grind. Now, if this works the same as the Happy Home Paradise DLC, then the good news is you don't actually have to get all of the customizations for each of the items. You just need to have held an item in your hand in order to catalog it for it to be available. And in order to get all of the items, you will definitely want to have gone over to Halves Island and unlocked all of the stalls to get the most out of it, which is going to cost a lot of bells again. I'll leave a link to my Discord down below, as well as we're going to be hosting what's called catalog parties, where everyone can outline all of their items and you can go around and pick other people's items up if you need them, just to catalog them so you're ready for the update. The only thing we really don't know about these Dream Islands is how design codes are going to work. Now, currently we are limited to just 100 design slots, which might sound like a lot at the beginning, but once you start getting custom path codes and things like that, it quickly fills up. And if you want to decorate 3 separate islands, each with their own individual themes, I really do feel like we need more design slots. So a lot of people are hoping that one of the updates Nintendo didn't mention, but is coming, is more design slots. So if you want to really prepare, it might be worth thinking about what themes you want for each of the Dream Islands and going design code shopping on places like Pinterest so that you can really get going day one on decorating. My next top tip is to do with Amiibo. Now this is honestly the most controversial part of the update, as essentially they've kind of locked Zelda and Splatoon characters behind Amiibo, which is a little bit disappointing considering how absolutely gorgeous they are. But the really frustrating part is, as of right now, Nintendo haven't even told us which Amiibo we need in order to unlock them. There was a post on Twitter that seemed to suggest that you might just need one of the Zelda Amiibo and one of the Splatoon Amiibo to unlock everything, but as of right now that hasn't been officially confirmed. It is probably also worth mentioning you don't necessarily need official Nintendo Amiibo in order to unlock everything. And that's probably a good thing considering these are selling out so ridiculously fast. So definitely have a look on places like Etsy. Another tip I have specifically for the people looking to buy the Nintendo Switch 2 version is to get a grip. The Switch 2 version doesn't add a whole lot, but considering the fact that it costs less than $5, I do think that it's worth it. The biggest thing I think the Switch 2 version does is just increase the resolution. So this means that in handheld mode, you'll now be playing in 1080p, and when it's docked, you'll be playing in 4K. One thing they didn't confirm, but a lot of people suspect, is that this will also mean that the game runs better. So if you've ever been to an island that has a lot of decorations, you'll see that not only does the game lag, but you also have really bad pop-ins of all of the items around you. And whilst this is actually slightly better on the Switch 2 already compared to the Switch, we're hopefully going to see an even bigger upgrade. The Switch 2 edition also allows up to 12 players to play together, and a megaphone which should make finding villagers on your island a little bit easier. And the final thing you get in the Switch 2 upgrade is mouse controls. Now, mouse mode will work when you're decorating the inside of houses, allowing you to fine-tune the placement of each and every item. You can also use it for writing on bulletin boards, so now you can make some truly artistic artwork. And finally, you can also use it for doing custom designs. You've probably already figured out that mouse mode is unbelievably uncomfortable for long periods of time. But if you look on places like Amazon, you'll be able to pick up things like this. This is just a grip that you can put the Joy-Con in to make it a little bit easier to play mouse mode for long periods of time. And I don't have my nails scraping on the table, which is by far the worst part. You also don't need to buy this particular one. This is just the one I found, but anything that makes it bigger and easier to hold will make mouse mode more enjoyable. My final top tip for getting ready for the 3.0 update is to simply make room on your pier. Now, I restarted my island, so I have no decorating whatsoever, but I know some people have not only decorated the area outside of the pier, but also the pier itself. We don't know if those items will vanish or how Nintendo is going to handle the whole extension to the pier, so you're probably better off just making sure that that whole area is clearish, and then you can always redecorate once the update has come out. I know I've given a lot of good reasons why you shouldn't restart your island, but honestly, do whatever makes you happy. But just know, in just 2 months, you're going to have 3 more islands that you can decorate as you please. And if you are fighting the urge right now to restart, maybe try flattening first. You get to keep all of your progress, all of your catalogued items, and your DIYs, but you can still decorate and design from scratch. That's it for my top tips for Animal Crossing 3.0. If I've missed out anything, please let me know in the comments so that we can help each other out. And if you're now debating buying a Nintendo Switch 2 because of this update, click this video here for my review.